Robertson. Perhaps the comeback is on. Frame 23 next. Robertson at the table, trailing by 37 points.
Good shot, well played. One.
He made that last shot look very easy. Yeah, terrible contact on the cue ball. Yep. On the black now. It's ruined the position. Okay, he can still cut this red in the middle pocket, but he was lining up to be relatively straight on that red. He can pot this and try and get the right position on the blue to smash the reds open. And in trying to do that, he missed the pot. His last hope is that Ronnie O'Sullivan can't do something similar. Get position on the blue. Here it comes. What's the angle like? It looks very good indeed. It may be fractionally straight, but I'm sure Ronnie O'Sullivan can create the angle. And these reds are begging to be split open. It could be a frame winner and a match winner.
Seven. Yeah. It's on its spot, okay?
Getting ever closer now to the winning line and a place in the semi-finals. Maybe I'll just flick the two reds into play and playing up for the blue, pink or yellow. Decided against it. So obviously that tells me the top red of those two will possibly pot. One more red needed. Neil Robertson has played superb in this tournament apart from one session.
28.
And that was the session that's cost him this match.
29.
In goes the red. The knowledgeable Crucible audience knows exactly what that means. That was frame ball. Now in the semi-final.
36. 37.
And it must be said, Willie, I think he'll be a very, very strong favourite for the tournament now.
42.
This is a great outing for him. Perhaps he's timed his run to perfection.
43.
At times it was absolutely vintage. At times we wondered
51.
whether he was being a bit lax in his safety when he got excited, having played a poor positional shot. But overall, O'Sullivan has played as good a snooker as we've seen him play at the Crucible.
57.
Steve just mentioned he'll be a strong favourite to win
59.
it. There's still three very, very good players in the semi-final stage. but they're going to have to play at their very best to beat this man. Neil Robertson offers his hand in congratulations, virtually a standing ovation from this Magic Crucible audience. They're all O'Sullivan fans. O'Sullivan's going to be tough to beat, but he beats Neil Robertson up by 13 frames to 10.
I had my little spell, Neil had his spell, and then I had my spell, and you just accept that that's part nature of the game, and you just have to sit there and be patient, and hopefully you get another opportunity.
Ronnie came out sort of all guns blazing today, where he was very aggressive with his shot selection, and put me on the back foot, and I never really sort of recovered the situation.
Anyone can win this tournament now, when you get down to the quarterfinals, I think anyone's capable of winning it. That's when the tournament really begins, so any one of 8 players can win it. Now it's any one of 4 players can win it. I don't think there's any favourites. I just think, it's on the day, a lot of it.
And Ronnie will play Matthew Stevens, who completed a 13-5 victory over his Welsh compatriot and good friend Ryan Day. Having trailed 5-2 at one stage, the two-time Crucible finalist won 11 frames in a row and is back in a World Championship semi-final for the first time in 7 years.
Both of us struggled a bit, Ryan struggled last night, It was really hard, but you've got to do a job, and I managed to do it.
Kai had plenty of chances and just spiralled out of control, really. So it's very, very disappointing, but can't change a lot about it now.
It's been a long few years. It's been disappointing. Watching all the other guys have the success, in the World Championship, where, years ago I was getting to the semis or quarters more or less every year, and to be in the latter stages of this event is means the world to me. It's what we practice for, and I feel very proud of myself.
Well, this time yesterday we were reacting to the news that Stephen Hendry decided to retire from the game after an illustrious career.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in the Crucible, will you welcome the best of the very best, Mr. Stephen Hendry.
And earlier today he received a rapturous and emotional ovation in front of a packed Crucible audience. A number of past world champions were on hand to salute the man who compiled the greatest Crucible record of them all. 90 matches, 70 wins, 127 centuries, 3 maximums, but most importantly for a man with a burning desire to be the best, 7 world titles, a record that seems set to stand for an eternity. He will be missed, but his mark on the sport of snooker will remain forever. So just one more semi-final spot to be filled now, and that would go to either 24-year-old qualifier from Wales, Jamie Jones, or the 2008 runner-up at the Crucible, Ali Carter.
Ali Carter is a great player, but to win 2 titles he's done brilliantly. He's been to the World Final and he's had it a lot harder than the rest of us.
Ali's very solid, good cueist.
Health-wise, with his Crohn's disease, it's probably stopping him from travelling as much as he would like to tournaments.
He has suffered a lot with his Crohn's. It's tough to watch him struggle with that.
He's been to World Final, made a max at the Crucible.
On his day, he's a match for anyone.
He is one of the best strikers of the ball I've ever seen.
You'll probably see himself, his attitude can let him down sometimes.
When he's on song, he's another good player to watch, great cue action. He doesn't really mingle with the players, but I suppose at a tournament he's there to do a job.
He's not a great mixer, but if you're there to win a tournament, you're there to win a tournament.
If he believed in himself maybe a little bit more, there's nothing stopping him from winning.
And it was the captain who was in control, leading 9-7 after session 2, and then 12-8 into the concluding session, needing just one more frame for a place in the last 4. Here's frame 21, Carter at the table, leading by 30 points. Commentary comes from Dennis Taylor and John Virgo.
Yeah, cued it really nicely. I think he's a little bit thin on the blue, but as we watch that one again, I think if he could pot the blue he would, but he can play the brown for that red that's near the baulk cushion. If he's playing the blue, he won't want to be playing the cannon. He wants to avoid the cannon, you would have thought.
He might just have to risk it, John.
Oh, he didn't play the cannon. He tried to swing the white around. He'd have been better off playing the cannon and making sure of the blue.
Yes, and Jamie.
That's enough now, thank you.
Yes. Somebody shouted out, come on, Ronnie. But it should be come on, Jamie.
No, that was pure pressure. Pure pressure. I mean, he has done so well here, Jamie, but at this stage, it's hard to tell you just what it can do to you.
Extended rest, please.
Yeah, especially this game, you've got no margin for error. You're trying to control the cue ball, the object ball, and I think Jamie fears the worst.
Yes, but nothing to be ashamed of. He's acquitted himself really well, and from what I've seen of him and the way he scores, no reason to suspect he won't be back here in the years to come as a contender. A great pedigree, the Welsh players. But Ali Carter now, just a bit short on this black. I don't know whether he'll risk and try and play a little cannon on the pink to hold for the red, but he's not perfect by any means.
Yeah, that's a good shot. He could play up for the red in the baulk area, but a delicate little cannon on the pink, and he's perfectly on that red. Now, how does he feel? Is he going for the single red, or is he going for that delicate little cannon? Looks like the cannon, and he hasn't judged it. Well, listen, he's leading 12-8, and it just shows you, even with a 4-frame advantage, Ali Carter is now starting to feel the tension.
Well, we've always said, haven't we, Dennis, that the frame that wins you the match is sometimes the hardest to win.
Yeah, if you're a regular tournament winner, you know, the top players seem to be able to just go ahead and clinch the match out. But, you know, at the moment, Ali just feeling that tension.
Now, what does he do here? Because this isn't the easiest safety shot, particularly with that red available to the left middle. No, did it all wrong. So Jamie Jones, to keep your hopes alive, you need to make the most of this opportunity.
Well, suddenly there's a little bounce in Jamie's step. He was sitting in his seat a few minutes ago with his head in his hands. Highs and the lows of the Crucible Theatre. We've seen it all in the last couple of minutes. You're looking at a young player here that's made 7 centuries at his debut at the Crucible.
8.
He'd only made 13 prior to the tournament and the whole season.
9.
Can he keep his hopes alive?
$15 points
16.
behind now.
It's not a straightforward clearance because of the green up near the blue spot.
Nice positional shot though. But you're a bit straight on this yellow and maybe not as close. Quick glance at the scoreboard will tell him that he needs up to and including the pink. Struck it beautifully.
Pink's just in a slightly awkward position, you know. If he pots the green, he gets straight on the brown. He's got to just negotiate the pink so that he doesn't snooker himself on that blue that he's going to need.